The recovery story is continuing for Bay Area real estate, but it may be evolving into something more specific. Housing demand is returning, office leasing activity remains healthy in select segments, AI-related investment continues flowing into the region, and capital appears increasingly willing to pursue the right opportunities. But not every property is benefiting equally. Instead, demand appears to be concentrating around the highest quality assets, locations, and development opportunities. For this reason, we can say there's a growing scarcity of quality in the Bay Area real estate market today. This is SignalPoints for the week of June 21st, 2026. I'm Travis Zeiler. Here are 5 current signals helping to make sense of the Bay Area real estate market this week and beyond as we approach mid-year 2026. Starting with number 1, the recent housing headlines may be missing an important distinction. While demand has clearly improved, much of that activity appears concentrated in highly desirable neighborhoods and inventory-constrained segments of the market. Areas such as Pacific Heights, the Marina, and Mission Bay continue attracting attention, while some western neighborhoods are beginning to see spillover demand as buyers search for alternatives. This shows us that the growing scarcity is far more specific. It's in the housing that today's willing and able buyers actually want to own. Number 2, similar to the previous signal, the separation between trophy office and commodity office continues to grow. So far in 2026, the recent leasing activity from companies such as Databricks and Anthropic reinforces a trend we've discussed throughout the year, that demand is increasingly focused on a relatively small number of premium office buildings. For many AI companies, location, infrastructure, and building quality appear to matter more than ever. So the takeaway is that the office recovery story remains real, but it continues to be highly selective, a lot like the housing demand story. Number 3, one of the more encouraging signs this year is that capital appears to be increasingly willing to engage with Bay Area real estate again. But that doesn't mean that investors are chasing every opportunity. Instead, capital continues flowing primarily toward high-quality multifamily assets, trophy office buildings, infrastructure-related projects, and well-capitalized sponsors with clear business plans. In other words, capital is returning, but it too remains highly selective. The next phase of the cycle may be defined by which assets are considered worthy of investors' attention, and not just whether investors will deploy their capital. Number 4. Oakland continues facing well-documented challenges, including public safety concerns, office vacancy, and fiscal pressures. But it's also one of the Bay Area's most strategically positioned submarkets. With transit connectivity, relative affordability, access to talent, and proximity to San Francisco, the Peninsula, and the East Bay Innovation Corridor, Oakland continues to possess many of the ingredients investors look for during early stages of a recovery cycle. This could be a return of the Oakland office migration story we were seeing up until the pandemic. It may be a little too early to predict, but Oakland remains worth watching nonetheless. And number 5. One of the most interesting questions in real estate today is, what will happen to assets that no longer match current demand? For years, owners focused on recovering occupancy and stabilizing operations, but now that